Today we're going to start with Chapter 13, Preparing and Researching Presentations. So what we're going to look at is describe the power of public speaking and how preparation eases natural nervousness, identifying the purpose of your speech, conducting an audience analysis, choosing an appropriate topic and developing it into a presentation, support and enliven your speech with effective research, and give proper credit to sources and take responsibility for your speech. So let's start out with the power of public speaking. One, there are things that public speaking includes. It needs to have a speaker with a reason for speaking. If I'm speaking into a vacuum, it's not a public speech. If nobody's hearing me, it's not a public speech. There needs to be an audience that gives the audience or the speaker an attention. So if you don't have an audience, there's not a public speech. Typically, the message that is meant to accomplish a specific purpose. Most people learn to speak public. You can do it both professionally and personally. But the more you learn how to do it, the better you are at it. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. So you need to clarify the general purpose of your speech. There are 3 general reasons why we're giving a presentation. Is it information that I'm giving you? Am I trying to persuade you? And sometimes we're being persuaded whether we realize it or not. Then there are special occasion presentations. These are things like a best man speech at a wedding or honoring somebody for years of service at a job. So then you need to analyze your audience. The audience analysis is just a systemic process of getting to know your listeners relative to your topic. So you want to know as much as you can about your audience so that you can tailor your presentation to that particular audience. So what are some of their expectations and situational factors? Do they have a different set of emotions they're bringing to the speech than you had anticipated? What are some of the cultural factors? What is the knowledge that the speaker I have, and how much do I need to go find out before I can give this presentation? What time of day you are speaking. I think this is really important because if you're talking to an audience at the end of the day, they're going to be less likely to pay attention to you. If you're speaking to an audience around a meal time, that is going to affect how much they listen to you. One of the other ways we look at it is either demographics, which are age, gender, socioeconomic status, religious and political affiliations, family status, ethnic background. General things that we can try to figure out what this audience is. The other side of this is psychographic. What are their attitudes? What are their values? What kind of lifestyle do they have? Are their behaviors and interests the same? This can help you narrow your topic and help you do research for just this particular audience. But beware and don't stereotype your audience. You should also anticipate your audience's response. What is their motivation? What have they heard before? What is the common grounds? What homogeny do we have? What is their prior exposure to this information? Has your audience heard the argument before? They're going to be less likely to listen if they've heard the argument before. And what is their disposition? How do they feel about the topic? Because that is going to change depending on the demographic of you. And so, how can you consider this? You can do this through observations, relationship building, surveys, interviews, internet research. Find out about how people around you are reacting to these topics. This is one of the problems with social media and trying to find out how an audience feels. Because if you're just looking at your social media, those people probably have the same disposition as you do. That is not going to be the same of everybody in your audience. So try to find out as much as you can about the audience.